welcome back in here to News Junkies. My guest this week is Abel Magana, and he is the Executive Director of the Oxnard Downtown Improvement District. And Abel, good to have you with us.
Good to be here, Bill. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, you're more than welcome. Listen, we are at the beginning of the holiday season. Lots of activities coming to the city of Oxnard. Let's start off with the traditional lighting of the Christmas tree.
Yeah, it's amazing how fast the year goes. We were just had a wonderful Halloween celebration in Plaza Park. It's our town center. And so here we are now. We're jumping right into the next a little bit, we still mind our timing. We're not like the big department stores who already have the Christmas stuff ahead of Halloween, but we're just right now. We're ramping up for the annual Christmas tree lighting that takes place the first Friday in December. I believe that's the 4th, December 4th, and it starts at about 6:30 p.m. There'll be a number of our dignitaries there from the community there to usher in the season, and then we have the biggest dignitary that comes out, and that's Santa Claus. He comes out, makes his debut out there, and says, welcomes the holiday season to all the kids and the families that join us on that evening.
When I think of Oxnard, I think of not only the tree lighting ceremony, but the Oxnard Christmas Parade, which has been going on for years.
Holiday parade, boy, I think we're going on at least 60 years. I mean, back in the early days, I don't think they imagined it would maybe take off to this extent, but it is this rich holiday tradition that brings out about 10,000 people from the community out there lining the streets along A Street, our main street, and then it goes to 5th and goes along our Plaza Parks town center. And you have entries from all over the community and really in the county too, but mainly from here in the Oxnard Plain. You have all the marching bands from the various high schools. You have some creative floats, and this year we gave them a lot to think about in terms of the theme. It's celebrating an all-star Christmas.
That is a wonderful theme. Who came up with that?
Well, I have to say it's the Oxnard Downtowners. It's the Merchants Association. I represent the other side, the property owners, and the merchants by extension. But there's this one core group that's been around forever, seemingly the Downtowners, and they took they handle the whole holiday planning every year. So a tip of the hat to them.
Well, that's great. And during the holiday time, there's a thing called the Holly Trolley.
Holly Trolley is it's going. I think we're now on a 9th or 10th year on that, and that is one of the events that we started out here as a way to connect with the historic district, which is just adjacent to us. It's just a couple of blocks over on F and G Street off of 5th, and the houses there, the residents, many years ago started a tradition of just decorating their houses, doing a crazy Griswold stuff. So and so it's quite the sight to see on foot. But we every year rent a double-decker, one of these Starline Tours buses from sightseeing in the stars in Hollywood. We bring that out here for 3 nights, and we do a tour of the historic district lighting and decorations displays. It's just amazing.
With the weather turning cooler now, people should bundle up for that.
Should definitely bundle up. I mean, that's always unpredictable, and if you're on that top deck, but it's always fun no matter what the weather turns out to be. We've had it, rain on folks, and talk about doing the Gene Kelly thing and singing in the rain. That's exactly the way the group came back. And one other thing I should mention too, on the holidays to keep you warm, at least warm your tummy, is the annual Tamale Festival too. So that's going to be taking place on the same day as the parade. So you don't even have to worry about bringing some food, a little picnic along. Just come out and stake your spot along the parade route early, and then buy some tamales from one of the many vendors there.
I tell you what, I remember years ago in the city of Ventura, they had a thing called Candy Cane Lane, and when they decided to close down Candy Cane Lane, City of Oxnard stepped up to the plate and really ramped up their efforts with their own version of Candy Cane Lane, but it's really not called Candy Cane Lane. It's something else.
Yeah, that's right. No, as it was started here, now it's Christmas Tree Lane.
Christmas Tree
Put
Lane.
our own like Oxnard stamp on it.
There you
right?
go. You mentioned, Christmas Tree Lane. We've mentioned the Holly Trolley. Something we didn't discuss, one of the more spectacular events, I think, of the holiday season is down in the beautiful Channel Islands Harbor with the Parade of Lights.
Yeah, the Parade of Lights too. We're one of the two in the county. Also over at Ventura, but our Parade of Lights at the Channel Islands Harbor. There's spectacular vistas all along the waterfront there, and the folks there that parade their boats through there take a lot of pride. They plan this all year long for this display, this chance to go out there, and it really is. It's a wonderful event. There's also an accompanying little festival that takes place during the daytime there too.
So people should plan to go down there early and make a day out of it.
Yep, they absolutely should. They stick around to the very end too, because that's, again, Santa Claus will be making a nighttime flight over the harbor.
Now, you're involved in other things. There are some plans in the making to redo the boulevard, Oxnard Boulevard. Tell us what's going on with that.
Yeah, glad you brought that up, Bill. So the city of Oxnard, the planning department, over a year ago received a grant from Caltrans, about $250,000 to do a grand master plan for Oxnard Boulevard. Oxnard Boulevard has been long recognized. That is our main street. It's our namesake. It is essentially the gateway to the downtown, and so unfortunately it's been it's in need of, like many of us as we get to a certain age, maybe some revitalization, a little renovation, and so that's where we're at right now. Is we're planning that renovation, and the city is been conducting a series of workshops. The final ones are going to be taking place on let me reference this flyer here, Saturday, November 14th at 10 a.m. and at 1 p.m. at Pacifica High School. And then there's going to be another one following on Wednesday, November 18th at 2:30 and 4 p.m. at the Oxnard Main Library here at 251 South A Street. So the city wants, the city planners, they want to do this with the residents' input. So they're seeking your own creative ideas as to what you would like to see Oxnard Boulevard look like, 5 years from now, 10 years. It's a long-range plan.
Would you then consider this to be like a revitalization project of the area?
It's very much so. We're very hopeful that right now it's, everything's game. Just throw out your ideas there, and we're collecting them, and the city has put together, compiled this plan, and so it's not with the expectation that things are going to change overnight, because as everything else, it does take investment, and but we want to start out with the big vision, and then follow up with the real changes out there.
So real changes could be like a facelift to some of the storefronts, and maybe how the even the sidewalks are laid out for people to pass by on.
There's a lot going into it. Yes, there's traffic considerations. There is a thought to maybe narrowing the lanes from 4 to 2 in the downtown, within the downtown area, which would create more of a walkable Main Street type of a feel to it. There's a push for, of course, more streetscape amenities. So we're changing out some of the large overgrown trees that we have. Put a more pedestrian scale, more benches for people to recline on, and other street furnishings. And so it's all part of master plan. Put it all together, and eventually what we would like to see is something we call a complete street, someplace where people, pedestrians can coexist with vehicular traffic. So.
Wonderful. Now, as we wrap up 2015 and swing into 2016, beyond the project there on the boulevard, what else is in the hopper for the city of Oxnard?
Well, I can speak mainly for the downtown and the things that we're excited about. So there is a fund that has been dedicated specifically for downtown improvements. It's $6 million, And the city is planning to conduct another series of workshops and public outreach to get the input from the merchants here, the property owners, really every stakeholder. And when I say every stakeholder, I think I refer to every resident of this city that wants to see the downtown reach its full potential. So the workshops will be designed to solicit more ideas about how that money should be spent, how it should be invested in improvements here. So we're all looking forward to that. We have a great team at the city now that we are so confident in. We have a great leadership with the city manager's office and his team that he's assembled. We have an economic development director who's focused on the downtown as one of the key points and strategies that they're going to be using. And so, we have that to look forward to. Our own agency. We are actively taking on new projects in terms of streetscape amenities. We're going to be launching shortly a program to paint our utility boxes that give them an artistic touch to them, and revitalize the planters, the sidewalk planters that we have out here.
Well, I can't help when I think of the city of Oxnard, but you can't help but think of the Oxnard Performing Arts Center. And that's been a mecca for a lot of people. I know right now we're in the symphony season. What's going on there?
Yeah, we've being in such close proximity to the PAC, the Performing Arts Center. We've had a lot of discussions lately with the folks over there. They have a real dynamic group. The symphony just started their new their 2015-16 season. And they've got a very good creative lineup, which coming up this Saturday. I don't know when this is going to air, but November 6th, this Friday, is Scottish Fantasy, which will be featuring music from Mendelssohn. And I'll admit, I'm not so up on my classical music, but it's quite the experience. I did have the privilege of attending the first concert, and it was amazing. I am looking forward to the final concert of the season even more excitedly, because they're going to be having Stuart Copeland, who was the drummer for the Police.
Wow!
And has carved out an amazing career as a composer himself. So a lot of great stuff happening there. We love having the PAC here because and the New West Symphony and all the programs that they put on, because you can make a great day or evening of it by visiting some of the cultural attractions here in the downtown, such as the Carnegie Art Museum or the Gullwings Children's Museum, dining in our downtown establishments, and then catching a world-class concert at the Performing Arts Center.
Well, that Performing Arts Center, that's really kind of morphed into this wonderful facility. I remember years ago when it was called the Civic Center, and now it's the Performing Arts Center, which I think is more true to the nature of that facility.
Keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on their programming, because they have some very creative events coming up. I know that I think I caught on the marquee that there's going to be a magician there. It's a magic show, so I love magic. As the home for the symphony. And they just debuted a world premiere of Dracula by the Los Angeles Theater Company, which we wish more people would have attended. So we know we're in a bedroom community, but come on, Wednesday nights, get out and have some fun. You only got 2 more days to the weekend, so
there you go, and it's a good way to even get the weekend kicked off a little bit early.
Right.
So if people wanted more information about what's going on in the city of Oxnard with the downtowners and the Merchants Association, the Improvement District, where can they go on the web, and is there a phone number for more information?
Okay, I'll give you 2 websites to go to. One is downtownoxnard.org. That is our website, and we have all the listings of the events that are coming up. And then I would like to point everybody also too, on the larger scale, to visit oxnard.com, which is the tourism bureau, which takes a larger view of the city too, and will give you all the information you need to know about the harbor, the happenings at the harbor and such.
Excellent. Abel Magana, it's good to have you with us.
Thank you very much, Bill.
All right, thank you for joining us. I'm Bill DeFoi. You've been watching News Junkies, a production of the Heritage Media Group.